तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगना रघुनाथामृतं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome to the Manushiksha series every Friday, Saturday and Sunday morning. Yesterday we completed verse 7 of the Manushiksha, which uh, practically at verse 7, uprooting of the root of the anartha, that is Pratishta Asha Dant. So in spite of uprooting the root of all anarthas, it doesn't mean that we are going to attain perfection. Ultimately, to attain perfection, one has to uh, beseech for the mercy of the Lord. So, in this verse 8 of the Manushiksha, Rupa Goswami is beseeching his mind, he's pleading his mind that I am wicked nature, I am vile, but ultimately your mercy, Lordships, your mercy is what can transform me. So this is like a transitional verse which deals with both Abhidheya as well as Prayojan. So let us look into today verse 8 of the Manashiksha with Bhajan Dharpan, commentary by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So again the meter is same as the Jagannath Ashtakam meter. So I'll recite. यथा दुष्टत्वं मे दवयति षट्यास्यापि कृपया यथा मह्यं प्रेमामृत अपि ददात्युज्ज्वलमसो यथा श्रीगन्धर्वा भजन विदये प्रेरयति मां तथा गोष्ठे काक्वा गिरिधरम् इह तं भजमान. Even though I am a cheater, Shatyasyapi, the Lord's mercy, Kripaya, can drive away Davayati, my inherent wicked nature, Dushtatvam me. Give me Mayam Dadati, the glowing nectar of divine love. Yatha Ujjvala Premamrita Api Aso. So Raghunath Das Goswami is mentioning how I'm a cheater, I'm wicked by nature, but ultimately the Lord's mercy can drive away this nature and it can bestow me the Ujjvala Premamrita. So this Ujjvala Premamrita, Bhaktivinoda Thakur will make clear in the commentary that it is the topmost rasa, which is the Madhurya Ras, and inspire my heart, prerayati mam, with the process to worship Sri Gandharvika. Yatha Sri Gandharva Bhajana Vide. Therefore, Tatha, O my Mana, with pleading words, Kakva, you should worship Tam Bhaja Sri Giridhari, Giridharam, here in Vrindavan. Iha Goshte. So again, Raghunath Das Goswami is very specific. It's here in Vrindavan. So ultimately, our prayojan is to worship Gandharva Giridhari. Gandharva is Srimati Radharani, and Giridhari is the Lord who lifted the Govardhan hill. Okay, so let's go into the Bhajan Darpan commentary. With the association of sadhus and the gradual transfusion of spiritual energy, wickedness in the heart of the devotee disappears and all success is achieved. So the previous verse was mentioned that this Pratishta Asha is there. And what is the solution? That you have to associate with sadhus. You have to serve the Prabhu Daitya Samantam Atulam, and they will drive away this prostitute from the heart and place sadhu premna. So, with this kind of association of the sadhus from their heart, which is filled with prema, a reflection also will fall on our heart, and slowly, by this gradual transfusion of the spiritual energy, the wickedness in the heart of the devotee disappears and all success will be achieved. But such association of sages cannot be obtained so easily. Such kind of sadhu association is not so easy. Therefore, Raghunath Das Goswami gives us the instruction in this verse. So, this association of sadhus is not so easy. So, he instructs his mind. That's why this is like the uh, uh, connection. What is the verse theme in verse 8 of the Manashiksha? Let us go into the shlokartha, the meaning of the verse. Kakva, the helpless, destitute practitioner's expression, that is a humble plea, devotion that is free of deception, is always combined with the attitude that I am extremely destitute and wretched. So this Kakva is a helpless plea. And until we develop this kind of a humility and offer humble prayers, the Lord will not hear them. The Lord will not hear. Shadanga Sharanagati Hoibe Jahar Tahara Pratna Shune Nanda Kumar. In the Sharanagati invocation verse, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, one who practices the six limbs of Sharanagati, and one of the limbs of Sharanagati is Dainya Bhav, humility. And one who offers prayers, which is imbued with the six limbs of Sharanagati, Tahara Pratna Shune Nanda Kumar. His prayers will be heard by Nanda Kumar. Srila Rupa Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Gandharva Sampratna Ashtakam, Stavamala expresses such feelings. So we might not be having such feelings of genuine humility, but by reciting the songs of especially Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, those are most important, especially the songs of Narottam Das Thakur. So these songs of Rupa Goswami, they are more to do with the Prayojan, and that's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur is quoting here. And we should recite these verses based on our adhikar also. That's why Narottam Das Thakur in his Pratana book, he classifies his bhajans into three categories: Sampratnatmika, Dainya Bodhika, and Lalsamai. So Sampratnatmika means with our some means complete. Pratna means prayers. Atmika with body, mind, and words. We offer these prayers. And these prayers are recited by sadhakas who have still not attained Nishtha. And Daini Bodhika is one who has attained Nishtha because genuine humility dawns of the soul at the stage of Nishtha. So they are Daini Bodhika. And Lalsa Maya to attain perfection. So although this prayer of Sri Gandharva Sampratna Kashtakam is, the title itself is Sampratna, but still it is a Lalsamay prayer. It is a Lalsamay prayer for attaining perfection. And also it includes the Vodika in it. Okay, let us just go through these prayers. I don't know the meter. I'll just recite and read the translation. Vrindavane virahator iha keli kunje mattadvipa pravar kautuka vibramena sandarshayasya vayurvadanaravinda dvandam videhim ai devi kripam prasida. You are roaming freely in this pleasure grove in Vrindavan. Vrindavane virahato ya kelikunje. Enjoying love like the greatest of intoxicated elephants. Matta dvipa pravara kautuke vibramane. O Devi, Radharani, Ay Devi, please show me your face and the face of your beloved. Sandarsha, yes, Vayo, yes, Vayo, Vayor, Vadana Aravinda, and kindly bestow your mercy upon me. Dvandam videhim kripam prasida. So here in the picture you can see, uh, O Devi, extremely distressed soul, beg you to please count me as one of your near and dear ones. So you can see that these prayers are more in the Madhuri Ras, especially as the maid servant of Srimati Radharani. Okay, next. Vacha Yache Nipatya Bhuvi Dandavad Udbhartarti Asya Prasadam Abudasya Janasya Kritva Gandharvye Nijajane Gananam Videhi. O Devi, Ha Devi, falling on the ground like a rod, Nipatya Bhuvi Dandavat Udbhartarti. I, an extremely distressed soul, Kaku Bhara, beg you, Yache, in a shuddering voice filled with a piteous mood, Gadgadayadya Vacha, having bestowed your mercy on this unintelligent soul, Asya Prasadam Abhudasya Janasya Kritva, O Gandharvike, please count me as one of your near and dear ones. Nija Gane Gananam Videhi. So this is the picture here. Ramera Rama Ramana Sundarata Varishta Saundarya Mohita Samasta Jagaj Janasya Shamasya Vamabhuja Baddhatanum Kadaham Tvamindira Viralarupa Param Bhajami. O Shama Radharani, Shams, Krishna's beauty surpasses the beauty of Lord Narayan. Shame Rama Ramana Sundarata Varishta. Varishta means it is superior. and enacts the entire world. Saundarya mohita samas jagat janasya. When will I be able to worship you? Kadaham vajami. In a form embraced by the left arm of Sham. Shamasya Vama Bhuja Bhadda Tanum. Indeed, even Lakshmi Devi rarely sees this form. Tvam Indira Virala Rupa Bharam. 4. Tvam Prachadenam Udira Chavi Napidaya Dhyaya Manjira Mukta Charanam Cha Vidhaya Devi Kunje Vrajendra Tanaya Navirajamane Naktam Kada Pramuditam Abhish Abhi Abhishra Ishe. O Devi, when Kada will I dress you in a cloud colored sari? Tvam Prachedanam Udira Cha Vinapi Vyaya. Remove your ankle bells. Manjira Mukta Charanam Cha Vidhaya. And help you excitingly attain the forest grove. Naktam Pramuditam Abhishayashi Kunje, where the son of Nanda resides at night waiting for you. Rajendra Tanaya Naviraja Mani. So this is a picture here. You can see when will I dress you in the color cloud colored sari. Kunje Prasuna Kula Kalpita Keli Talpe Samvishtayor Madhura Narma Vilasa Bhajo Lokatraya Bharanayascharanam Bhujani Samvaha Yashtyati Kada Vayayor Janoyam. The lotus feet of the two of you are resting in the forest Kunje Prasuna Kula Kalpita Keli Kalpi on a bed that is ornamented with host of flowers. Some Vishtayo Madhura Narma Vilasa Ajo. Those feet have enjoyed delightful love sports and are the ornaments of the entire world. Lokatraya Bharanayos Charanam Pujayani. O Devi, when will the servant of yours be able to massage those feet? Samvaha Yashati Kada Vayano Jano Yam. When will the servant be able to massage the feet of Radha and Krishna? Vatkundarodasi vilas parishamena Svedambu chumbi vadanambu ruha shriyo va Vrindavaneshwari kada tarumula bhajo Samvijayami chamari chaya chamarena. You two are seated under the tree on the banks of your kunda, the lake named Radha Kunda. Tvat kunda rodasi vilas parishramena. O Vrindavaneshwari, Vrindavaneshwari, when will I use a yak tail whisk, kada tarumule bhajo, to fan both of your faces, which are kissed by moistening perspiration? Svedambu chumbi vadanambu ruha shriyo vam. Formed due to the effort of lovemaking. Sam vijayami chamari chaya chamarena. नीलां निकुञ्जकुहरे भवतीं मुकुन्दे चित्रैव सुचितवतीं रुचिराक्षिण अहम् ॐ नाम्बुरवं नरयच्छति वृषारुषां त्वम् अग्रे व्रजेन्द्रतनयस्य कदा नु नेष्ये. O splendid-eyed beauty, Ruchira Akshina, when you, who are hiding in the secret spot in the forest grove, will be discovered by Mukinda, Leenam Nikunje Kuhre Bhavatam Mukunde. You will then accuse me of saying, you told him where I am hiding. At that time, I will say in front of Krishna, Agre Brajendra Tane se, it was not me, but Chitra Shaki who told him about you. Chitreva Suchita Twim. Kindly do not be falsely angry with me like this. Na Neshu. When will that day come? Kada. Bhagyuta ke likutake Brajraj Sunu. Jitvoन्मदाम् अधिक दर्प विकास्य जल्पाम् फुल्लाभिर् आलिभिरन् अल्प उदीरमाना स्तोत्रम् कदानुभवतिम् अवलोक्यष्ये when you having defeated the son of Rajran in a playful war of words, Vag Yuddha Peli Kutake Brajaraja Sunu will express pride by speaking even more clever words to celebrate your victory. Jitvon Madan Adhik Dharpa Vikasi Jalpam. Your jubilant friend Sakis will shout out heaps of praiseful words. Fullabir, Ali Biran, Alpa Udiramana, such as Jai Radhe. When will I witness this occasion? Stotram Kadanu Bhavati Avalokeshe. Okay, this is the Falashruti, the ninth verse. Yakopi Chushtu Vrishabhanukumarikaya Samprarthanashtakam idam patayati prapanna Sa preshayasa sahasamatye drita pramoda Tatra prasada lahari murari karoti. The surrendered soul. So here it is very important. Prapanna, I mentioned, na? Shadanga Sharanagati, one who has this sixfold limbs of Sharanagati. Tahara Pratna Shuni Nanda Kumar. So the surrendered soul who beautifully recites this Gandharva Sampratna Kashtakam, dedicated to the daughter of Rishabhanu, will be able to approach her in a mood of joy along with her lover, Sri Krishna, and will experience and spread their mercy. Tat Prasad Lahari Murari Karoti. So these are prayers to be recited, I mentioned, at a Lalsa Mai stage. Specifically, it refers to one who is at the stage of Asakti and wants to attain Bhava. And further. Okay. Further Shlokartha. Shatyasta me Shatyata me Dushtatvam. Any questions you have up till now? I don't think so. There are any questions on these prayers, but still. Any questions, any clarifications? Yes, Sunita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. What is the adhikar for Lalsa Mai?
What is Adhikar for Lalsamai? Firstly, we should attain Adhikar for practicing Shuddha Bhakti, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. And that is, development of faith, Shraddha. And this faith, as it gets matured, you have to become Shraddhavan. That is, a Madhyamadhikari is Shraddhavan, and he is also Shastrayukta Nipuna, but not that he can sometimes defeat others, but he is convinced. So Shastra understanding is also quite well. So like that, he becomes qualified to practice Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. And then, with the practice of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, he has to attain Adhikar to practice Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. And the Adhikar for practicing Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti is intense greed, to attain that mood of the eternal associates, whether in Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, or Madhurya Ras. And then practicing such Raganuga Bhakti when he wants to attain Sadhya, because Sadhana Bhakti leads to Sadhya Bhakti, and within Sadhana Bhakti is Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Now, he's still a Vaidhi Raganuga Sadhaka, please remember. And now he wants to attain Sadhya Bhakti, that is Bhava Bhakti. So that is the Adhikar When your Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti uh, practice is intense, and now with your own efforts, you cannot attain perfection. That time you should beg for mercy. And these are the prayers. So that is the adhikar for practicing uh, Raganuga Sadhana. I hope it is clear. Sorry for offering these Lalsamai prayers. Any other questions? Okay, so let's go into the shlokartha further. Shatyata me dushtatvam. Cheating and deception are my wickedness. Deceit or pretense is the wickedness of the conditioned soul. Whereas a pure soul by nature, simple and thoroughly honest, is by nature, it should be here. I don't know why. When soul takes shelter of ignorance and illusion, they at once become deceitful, falsely proud, and obsessed with the desire for honor, worship, adoration, and prestige. So it's only the souls who are in avidya that they are deceitful, they are proud, they are obsessed with the desire for puja la pratishtha. Whereas the simple souls, the pure souls, are by nature simple and completely honest. They become hypocritical and consumed by dishonest activities. Such souls seek distance from everything related to the Lord. When those unfortunate conditioned souls realize their true position as servants of the Lord, they feel more humble than the straw in the street and gain the intelligence to respect others according to their respective positions. So when we realize our true position, Jivera Sarupa Krishna Nityadas, at the stage of Nishta, then the genuine humility of the soul dawns in the consciousness. And then Sakale Sammana Korite Shakti Dehonata Yata Yata. We will respect everyone according to their positions. If they also take complete shelter of the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they receive the mercy of Sri Krishna and his beloved devotees. Now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains the shlokarth of Ujjvala Premamrita. The supremely radiant nectar of love of Krishna. Here, Ujjval refers to Shringar Ras, which is also known as Madhurya Ras, the transcendental emotion of amorous love of Godhead. And now, he quotes this verse from the Ujjvala Nilmani. Mukhya Raseshu Purayah Sankshepayan Odito Rahasyatvat Pratakveha Bhakti Rasasrat Sa Vistaren Uchyate Madhura Aksham Aner Vibhavadya Swadyatam Madhurarati Nita Bhakti Rasa Prokto Madhura Kyom Nishibhi. I don't know again this meter, but the meaning is very interesting. Rupa Goswami is describing this. In the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, the king among all rasas, Madhurya Ras, was described only briefly due to its confidentiality. So, yeah, in the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, we study in the Eastern Division, which is part of the Bhakti Shastri, which is called as the Purva Vibhaga. There are four chapters which are divided into four waves, laharis. Samanya Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. Only four laharis. And in the Southern Division, Dakshina Vibhag, there is the overview of rasa. So there is Vibhava, Anubhava, Satviki Bhav, Sanchari Bhav, and Vyabichari Bhav. These five overview of rasa is discussed. In the Paschim Bhav, that is the Western Division, there is the Shantaras, Dasya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya Ras discussed. Shant, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. And in the northern, that is the Uttar Vibhag, there are the seven Gaon Rasas and two chapters on uh, compatible and incompatible rasas. So if you see Prema Bhakti, there is only in the Eastern Division only one chapter, and that too only 46 verses. It's very brief in the Eastern Division. And among the rasas, Shant, Das, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya, Madhurya Ras is discussed. So only briefly has Rupa Goswami in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu discussed Madhurya Ras. Now here in Ujjwala Neelmani, I am separately elaborating on it. So Ujjwal Neelmani is an exclusive book dealing with only Madhurya Ras. When Madhurya Rati becomes tasty with the presence of Vibhav, Anubhav, Satviki Bhav, and Sanchari Bhav, the experts call it Madhurya Bhakti Ras. So this is the first two verses, second and third verse of the Ujjwala Neelmani, and the chapter division is Nayaka Bheda Prakarana. So the point here is, again, Ujjwala Neelmani is a book not to be read by sadhakas. Only when one attains sadhya, one should read this book, again, under the guidance of their Shiksha Gurus and Diksha Gurus. Now, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is a book meant for sadhakas. And as the title is, it is the Bhakti Rasa ocean, the ocean of mellows of pure devotional service. So when one studies Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu many times and becomes thorough with this subject, and now he is in the ocean of Bhakti Ras. And now within the ocean, if you want to get gems and pearls, you have to dive inside the ocean. So within the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, just like these gems are available deep inside the ocean, so Rup Goswami has composed the Ujjwala Neelamani. Neelamani is that, jewel. And the Ujjwala means the topmost. And the Ujjwala is the Unnat Ujjwala Ras, which is the Madhurya Ras. So Ujjwala Neelamani deals with that Madhurya Ras. So first we have to dive in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and for many years understand this book very thoroughly. And then only, as I mentioned, when one is very advanced and with the permission of their spiritual masters, take up to the study. But wherever it is quoted in the Chaitanya Charitamrita or any other works like this, we can always go through them. Srila Rupa Goswami describes in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that pure devotional service is cultivated in 5 different transcendental types of attachment: Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. These 5 primary relationships are known as continual loving attraction, Stahi Bhav, the permanent emotion a devotee has towards Krishna. The support in Madhurya Ras is Krishna and his pleasure potency, and their qualities are the stimulants. During their amorous pastimes, the gopis, including Srimati Radharani and even Krishna himself, display the 8 symptoms of love, Satviki Bhav, and the 33 emotional waves, Vyabhichari Bhav. Of course, time doesn't permit to go into the details of this, but I have discussed this in one of the Manashiksha classes where the concept of rasa was discussed. We discussed what is Satviki Bhav, what is Vyabhichari Bhav, what is Vibhav, what is Uddipan, all this was discussed. These bhavas rise like tides, causing the ocean of bhakti ras to swell. When devotional service in practice is transformed into devotional service in ecstasy, bhava bhakti, one develops steady attraction. So at bhava bhakti, one's tahi bhav is one realizes his swarupa and also realizes his rasa in relationship with Krishna. That steady attractive attachment combined with vibhav, anubhav, satvik bhav, and vyabhichari bhav attains the state of rasa. So the stahi bhav combines with these ingredients, vibhav, anubhav, satvik bhav, and gives rise to rasa. This state signifies the visible appearance of pure love prema and is known as bhakti ras. Shri Krishna, Krishna's Braj Leela and the Leela that he enacted with his dear gopis all over Braj Mandal are the best examples of this rasa. Those who are fortunate and awaken a strong greed to obtain this transcendental amorous rasa should follow in the wake of the gopis. So they should follow the eternal associates who are in the Madhurya Ras. They should pray continually with intense longing and anguish and with voices choked with emotion. In such a state of intense prayer, the sadhaka obtains Srimati Radharani's mercy. When one prays such intensely and with the voice choked with emotion, then they can attain the mercy of Radharani. The rays of Ladini Shakti, the internal pleasure potency of the Lord, enter such a practitioner's heart, thus making this transcendental rasa visible. So, at the stage of Bhava Bhakti, which is bestowed by the Lord's mercy on the sadhaka, and now he becomes a siddha. At that time, the Ladini Shakti from the spiritual world enters the heart, and this Ladini Shakti is the pleasure potency of the Lord. There is no other method or circumstance by which one can achieve this transcendental Madhurya Ras. So this is the method. There is no other method. Okay. Now the shlokartha of Sri Gandharva Bhajana. Worship of Sri Gandharvika. She is Gandharvika. The infinitesimal living being, in its limited capacity to experience bliss, may sometimes experience Brahmanand, the bliss of realizing Brahman, or Atmanand, the bliss of knowing oneself to be spiritual soul. However, without the mercy of the internal pleasure potency, Ladani Shakti, one can never experience the transcendental ecstasy of Paramanand, the supreme bliss of loving service, or Premanand, or Sevananda. So the jiva, by the process of Gyan Yoga, can experience Brahmanand. But Paramanand, it's only by the mercy of the Ladini Shakti. And Srimati Radharani is the personified form of Ladini Shakti. One gets that mercy when, after hearing about the eternal loving emotions of the eternal residents of Rajdam, a greed may awaken in the heart of the practitioner to achieve that very same devotional sentiment. So this is not ordinary greed, it is spiritual greed. And this spiritual greed also develops with the purification of the heart and the anarthas being destroyed. And we discuss the anarthas from verse 4 to verse 7 of the Manashiksha. In this way, the sincerity to beg and pray for that sentiment will begin. Once that sincere desire is awakened, the devotee should take shelter of and serve one of Srimati Radharani's girlfriend, the Sakis or Manjaris. Only by the mercy of the Sakis can one be eligible to serve the divine couple. By getting the mercy of the Saki, one will gradually obtain the mercy of Sri Radha. With the increase of such mercy, Ladini Shakti proportionally manifests in the heart, which makes the spiritual bliss of service to the divine couple eternally available to the soul. As long as a practitioner maintains mental masculinity, that he thinks he's a male, he remains ineligible to serve in this way. There is no connection of worldly male and female body to this mood and service. In its original form, the jiva has a spiritually feminine nature. We are Prakriti, we are not Purush. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita also makes it very clear that the jiva is para prakriti, 7.5 in the Bhagavad Gita. So the jiva by nature is a spiritually feminine nature. And even those in the spiritual world may have male bodies, but it is basically, of a spiritual feminine nature in the form of a servant and the master. If a person superimposes concepts of material gender, everything is destroyed, which is Saki Bekis, one of the upper sampradayas they do now. Okay, so this ends the discussion of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentary. We will go to the Manah Shiksha Bhasha of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. But any questions up till now? Any questions, any clarifications? I know the subject matter is very exalted for us to even fathom. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandot Pranam. Prabhu, this stages of Atmanand, Brahmanand and Paramanand. I mean, Atmanand and Brahmanand, is it applicable to devotees?
Okay, no. Basically, what was mentioned is that a jiva, by his limited capacity, can attain Brahmanand. That is by the path of Jnana Yoga. But to attain Paramanand, it is not possible without the Ladini Shakti entering the heart. And Ladini Shakti is the mercy of Srimati Radharani. So there are three, in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, this is mentioned. There are three kinds of, Anand. One is Jadanand, second is Brahmanand, third is Paramanand. So Jadanand means taking pleasure in enjoying matter. And Brahmanand is the self-realized souls who take pleasure in the self. Yastu Atmarati Vasyat, 3.17 in the Bhagavad Gita. And the Paramanand is the Sevanand. And we see, as we take up to devotional service, even in the beginning stages, we do some service, humble menial service, and we experience a kind of bliss. That bliss is coming from bhakti, but it is not the complete concentrated bliss. But that bliss, what we experience as in our seva, that is very distinct and unique, and it is completely spiritual. Even beginners also experience that when they take up to devotional service. But as we practice bhakti and attain these higher stages, because at the stage of bhava bhakti, there is moksha lagutakrit and sudurlabha. At prema bhakti, the symptoms of shuddha bhakti are sandranand visheshata. That bhakti, that bliss, is condensed, intense bliss it is. So that is experienced in the higher stages. So it's definitely, devotees don't take pleasure in the self. They take pleasure, and that service in the sadhana stage means doing humble menial service, serving the holy name, serving the deities. All these are service. This is Sevanand. I hope it is clear. Yes, Ras Parani Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat. I just would like to know that they have said that if a person superimposes the concepts of material, gender, everything is destroyed. So when they say, when it is said everything, what is exactly meant by that everything? Because whenever generally we are in the bodily concept of life, so the gender is at least subconsciously somewhere it is applied. So when they say everything is destroyed, what exactly it means?
Okay, this is referring to especially those who, don't practice bhakti according to rules and regulations and follow Shastra. So these are the upper sampradayas which Bhaktivinoda Thakur is speaking. So they are in male bodies and they consider themselves as gopis and they think that they are giving pleasure to Krishna. So by this kind of activities, everything gets destroyed. But sadhakas who genuinely take up to practice of bhakti, whether they are in the male or the female bodies here in this world, the jiva is, by nature, uh, spiritually feminine nature. So whether they are in male or the female bodies, the bodily concept remains definitely, and we are conscious about it. Even as sadhakas, we are conscious that we have a male body or a female body. But as we practice bhakti and cross the anarth nivritti stage, and attain Nishtha, at the stage of Nishtha, one is self realized. So that time the bodily identification doesn't remain. And one now uh, has realized his constitution. Now, realizing his Swarupa, he takes up to Raganuga Sadhana, where he emulates a particular mood which he has intense greed for. It can be Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, or Madhurya. And at that stage of Raganuga Sadhana, when his Raganuga sadhana attains maturity and perfection, his spiritual body is revealed. So, sadhakas who follow this practice given in the Shastra, uh, for them, uh, there is no danger. But these are those who, take bhakti very cheap and try to do imitation and try to think they are exalted. They are, vinashati, it's destroyed. But of course, as sadhakas also who are practicing, if they try to imitate in their practices of these advanced stages, that is also not so good. And that corrections can be done by the Shiksha and the Diksha gurus. I hope it is clear.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, so let's take the Manah Shiksha Bhasha. Brajabhumi Chintamani Chidananda Ratnakhani Yatha Nitya Rasera Vilas. The land of Raja is wish-fulfilling gem. Brajabhumi Chintamani. Indeed, it's a jewel mine of consciousness and bliss. Chidananda Ratnakhani, where Krishna, eternal, sweet, playful pastimes manifest. Yatha Nitya Rasera Vilas. Jiva Diba Guda Dhana Chini te Krishna Vrindavan Jade Ani Karila Prakash. Krishna thought, I will bring Vrindavan, Chini te Krishna Vrindavan, and make it manifest on earth. Jada Ani Karila Prakash. Then I can give the greatest, most secret treasure to the souls there. Jiva Dene Gudadhana. Krishna Mora Daya Rasagara. Tumi Mana Rajadhama Brahmi Brahmi Avirama. Dhake Krishna Hoya Katar. My Krishna is an ocean of mercy. Krishna Mora Daya Rasagar. Agar means, a great ocean, an ocean of mercy. O heart, to me, Mana, keep wandering in Vraj ceaselessly. Vraj Dhama Brahmi Brahmi Aviram. And cry out for Krishna in despair. Dhake Krishna Hoya Katara. Dhake means you have to cry out. अविद्या विलासे वशे चीले तुम्ही झड रसे दुष्टता हृदय पायला स्थान. You were in the grip of illusionary delights. Avidya vilasa vase, reveling in mundane romance. Chile tumi jadaras. You're caught up in mundane romance of this world. And evil found a place in your heart. Dushtata hridaya paila stan. You became a master cheater. Haila Tumi Shatyaraj. You became a master cheater, forgetting your own duties. Bhuliye apana kaj. And began to foster ego in your heart. Hridaya virale abhiman. You have abhiman in your heart, proud. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his commentary mentioned when the jiva comes under the illusionary energy, he becomes what? A cheater, he becomes a pretender, he becomes a hypocrite, and he's always proud. So that is what he's bringing out here. Ebe Updesh Suno, Gaya Yugal Guna, Goshte Goshte Kara Rodana. Now listen to this instruction. Ebe Updesh Suno. Sing the glories of the divine couple, Gaya Yugalagana, and cry right in the pastures of Raj, Goshte Goshte Kara Rodana. When Giridhari listens to such pitiful weeping, Dhakya Kare Giridhari Shuniya, Kakutishwara, he will cleanse me of my faults. Tabe dosha karibe shodhan. So as long as we don't cry, and it's not the cry which is coming from the cry of the mouth and the artificial tears of the eyes, but the cry of the soul and the soul's emotions, which ultimately manifest into tears. Till then, Krishna is never moved. Krishna's heart is not moved. You have to cry for Krishna. That's why His Holiness uh, I'm not able to recollect our wonderful Gaudiya sannyasi who is it? Said that this temple, Prabhupada established this ISKCON temple so that we can cry for Krishna. Cry for Krishna. I'm not able to recollect sannyasi's name. I don't know. Somehow. उज्ज्वल रसेर प्रीति श्री राधा भजन नीति अनायास दिबेन अमाय रूप रघुनाथ मोरा कृपा करित परे तत्व विपनीय शिकाय. He will give me that bright and shining sweetness of love. Ujjvala rasa pariti, easily showing me anayasa dibena amaya, the ways of worshipping Sri Radha Bhajana Niti. When Rupa and Raghunath have mercy upon me, Rupa Raghunath Mora Kripa Karite Pare, they will teach me all these mysteries in secret. Ei Tattva Gopane Shikaya. Okay, that completes Manah Shiksha Bhasha. On this verse, there is only Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj commentary. Shivaram Swami Maharaj has not given a commentary. Again, this is quite in detail, and we will look into it in the next class tomorrow. Any questions, any clarifications? Okay, so we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami ki jai, Shri Manah Shiksha ki jai. Hare Krishna.